Welcome. I am Ernie Goss with Applied Information Management of Des Moines, today to report on the Workforce Index for the state of Iowa for the month of July. Here we are on the second Tuesday of the month of August, and we come out with our results for the previous month every second Tuesday. So watch for them next month. That would be September. That would be the second Tuesday in September. So what is the Workforce Index? It's the ratio of online job openings to the number of unemployed. So obviously you got more online job openings and you got fewer unemployed. That index goes up, and that's a good thing. The index ranges between 0 and 100. 50 is growth neutral. Anything above 50 is growth positive. So that's where we're moving, and I'll talk to you about those results for the month of July for Iowa. Now, July's number went from June's number of 84.6 to July's number of 81.7. So it came down a bit, but still in very strong territory. That's like your biology grade. You know, if those you got above a B, above 80, well, this is very strong. That's in the very strong range, 80. I think I judge anything above 55, 56 as being positive and pretty good. So very strong, 81.7 for the month. Okay. Now Iowa's rank. Where does Iowa rank among the 50 states? And we calculate these workforce indices for every state in the U.S. for each month. Went from 5th to 6th, 5th place to 6th place. So it's still good. A little bit of a, not quite as strong, but that's still good. 5th to 6th. Now the job market is healthy. I'll call it healthy. And it's improving. It's hard to improve on something this strong. Now, where are the jobs? Where are the jobs in Iowa? Just the overall numbers in terms of online job openings. First, sales. Of course, that's, I won't say to be expected, but sales jobs, a lot of them out there. Number 2, management. Also somewhat expected. Number 3, skilled occupations. That's not expected, and that's very strong. And what does that mean? Iowa is the #1 producer of ethanol in the U.S. Now, because of the cheap corn prices we've got right now, the high oil prices, that's very good for ethanol. We've got an expansion in ethanol, but also alternative energy, whether that's wind, other alternate biofuels, all biofuels doing well. That's spilling over into these skilled occupations in the state of Iowa, welding, for example. Now, as a percent of employment, okay, so you take the online job openings and divide by employment. Number 1, finance. Now that's to be expected. In other words, the number of online jobs relative to the already people employed there, very strong. Number 2, engineering. Sort of unexpected, but that's a good signal looking ahead. Number 3, customer services. So that's for the month of July. Now, what are the top states? North Dakota is number 1. No surprise there. North Dakota's been our top state for some time, continuing to see growth there across the board for all online job openings across the board for the state of North Dakota. Pennsylvania, a little odd there. I got to wait and see on that one. I'm not really convinced that Pennsylvania is going to remain among our top states. Number 3, South Dakota, growing really well. Number 4, Kansas, a little expected. So those are the top 4 states that we recorded here for the month of July. Now, what are the bottom states? Where do you not want to be? Number 50, Mississippi. Number 49, Maine. I don't mean to frown when I say that. Maine's a nice place to live. Just not many online job openings there right now. Number 48, Georgia, my home state, or where I grew up in Georgia. Like to see my home state doing a little better. 47, New York, somewhat that's not surprising. And 46, California, to bring out the bottom 5. Now, Iowa's weekly salaries, when we looked at weekly salaries growing by about 4%, of course that's well above inflation. Now, inflation is running at 2%, so you add on 2% growth. That's pretty good, putting Iowa among the top states in the U.S. Now, all right, that's our survey results looking at July. Now, what the heck should you be on the lookout for to tell you things are changing either for the better or worse? Look out for the retail sales, which come out on August the 13th. That's from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I'm sorry, that's from the Census Bureau, not the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Census Bureau on August the 13th. And what are we looking for there? A number above 5%. It's been not above 5. It's been below 3%. That's obviously not good. We need to see this consumer get out there and buy. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, we want them to be frugal. Not right now. We need the consumer to spend a little more briskly than they've been doing. Watch the July CPI on August the 19th. Now, why is that one so important? That's important because it tells us what the Fed's going to be doing, the Federal Reserve. Are they going to be raising rates? Are they going to raise rates? And when will they raise them? And how much will they raise them? That's what we got to keep an eye on. If that number comes in above 3% to 4%, then you need to watch out for a rate hike sooner rather than later. Sooner being first quarter of 2015. That's what I'm betting on right now as we're recording this. Run it back later on, you'll see I think I'm going to be right on this. First quarter of 2015 on a rate hike. That's a short-term rate hike, of course. Keep an eye on the purchasing management indices. Now those are supply managers, purchasing managers. That comes out the first business day of every month, September the 2nd, day after the Labor Day. That was Monday, September the 1st. This will be Tuesday, September the 2nd. Those numbers, if we see those strengthen, I'd like to see them up to 60. They're now been hovering around 55, 53, 54, 55. Need to see those numbers get stronger. So keep an eye on gold prices, strangely. That puts in two factors, risk and inflation. When inflation is up, gold price is up. When risk is up, gold prices are up. And speaking of risk, what about Argentina? Argentina, if they default on those bonds, big deal. Now, how does it affect you as an American, or if you are an American watching this? How it affects the U.S. citizen is investors globally will seek out our bonds. In other words, you don't want to hold an Argentina bond, you don't want to hold a Venezuela bond, you want to buy a U.S. bond. And so that brings down our interest rates. Now, I know some of you are saying, why would I want to buy why would investors want to buy a U.S. bond? Well, it's the healthiest horse in the glue factory. Simple, that's stated. In other words, our bonds are not all that good in terms of yields, in terms of our credibility, but it's better than almost everybody else. So watch out there. Now, also keep an eye on what's going on in Russia. This gentleman, Mr. Putin, from an economist standpoint, he's doing some crazy things now, meaning trade embargoes, trade sanctions, and we're, of course, using trade sanctions on him, on his nation, Russia. That's a real big issue. What it does is it encourages other nations to jump on board and restrict trade. Trade's always easily halted or slowed. And so what you have is the overall economy slows down. In other words, we want to see trade. We want to see trade. Now, I'm talking about outside of politics. I can't speak to the political issues, but these trade sanctions can do and will hurt if they are implemented. So that's something to keep an eye on. So that's it for the month of July. Thank you very much for joining us here. I'm Ernie Goss with AIM. That's AIM of Iowa, Applied Information Management here in Des Moines. And until we meet again on the second Tuesday of the month of September, may your economic cup runneth over and may we all prosper. Thank you.